music in the background. The smoke starts to come out and the fans come to their feet. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the Denison Yellow Jackets. As they get ready for the Blake Boblets kickoff on the Cable One kickoff to begin tonight's key game. It is a short squibber, an onside pooch. Robertson's going to take it at the 32. Looks for blocks. He's up to the 40, 45. Robertson 50. Robertson still running. He's to the 45, spun around and dropped at the 40.
Great way to start the football game. They tried to kick the pooch kick and tried to get the Yellow Jackets to call the fair catch. Instead of calling for the fair catch, Robertson took it on the fly and made all the way past the midfield stripe to the 44.
Robertson will get the start tonight, so if you heard the rumors around town that he was a little gimpy, well, not right now. He's going to get the start tonight as the Yellow Jackets tail back, and why not? 1,405 yards rushing, 18, count them, 18 touchdowns. The Jackets come in the too-tight power look. Robertson will dot the I. They'll break. Vaughn shifts to the left, and Kimbrell to the right. And this is going to be a toss. C-Rob coming to the right, 45, shedding tacklers, 40, look out, 35, low shoulder to the 31-yard line. Hello, McKinney North defense. Corey Robertson just introduced himself.
He introduced himself to James Lee. He actually ran over him at the 31-yard line. If you heard me scream, that's because Robertson lowered his shoulder and completely ran over the defender.
Shock is in, all is out. Hines will be the I-back. Scooter Means will be the fullback. Vaughn, no ill effects from that sprained ankle last week. A slot look to the right. Hines getting it, going to the 35, cuts it up inside the 30, and is tackled at the 29-yard line. The stop made by the McKinney North Bulldog linebacker. Check the tackle. Believe that was Winston Robinson, along with some help. It'll be second and long for Denison.
McKinney North is kind of like Texas Tech in college football. They can score on offense, but they have yet to be able to stop anybody on defense.
Jackets will send a couple of fresh faces in. Carrionzo Harris splits wide to the right. Polk will be the slot back to the left. This is Means and Hines in the backfield. Hines running left. He's got a hole. Breaks tackles. 15 to the 10. He's inside the 5. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. 10:54 to go in quarter number 1. And Anthony Hines goes 30 yards for the first touchdown of the night.
Mark it 29 on the touchdown. He had a nice hole right behind Vinny Rhodes on the left side, went to the far corner, broke a tackle, and strolled his way to the end zone.
10:54 to go, and just as the Jackets began a week ago, Anthony Hines putting Denison on the board. Corey Robertson got it started on drive number 1, and Anthony Hines finishes it off. Hines 27, takes it 29, I'm told, for the touchdown. And now a Farley PAT attempt. Fink, a high snap, got it down. Farley's kick is on the way, and it is good. 10:54 to go in quarter number 1, and the track meet is on. 7-0. The Yellow Jackets lead at Munson Stadium. We're back after this timeout. And now Nathan Farley. Bill Bates talked to his family last night. They really liked that nickname. And Bill Bates, a.k.a. Nathan Farley, on the Cable One kickoff. He'll approach the ball. It is a onside pooch, and Denison could recover it. They have at the 39-yard line. Marcus Davis recovers the pooch onside.
I don't even know if it was meant to be an onside. He pooched it kind of like McKinney North did a moment ago. It was pooched up in the air. It wasn't real high, but it bounced at about the 45-yard line and recovered at the 40. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline guy. Jason, did you get a good look at that?
I did. Absolutely gorgeous from Bill Bates and Nathan Farley. Everybody very, very excited, and just great scouting on the Jackets' part.
Jason nearly getting run over by the exuberant Nathan Farley. Here's a tight end moving. This is Vinny Rhodes. This is Robertson running behind him. He's got room to run inside the 35, down to the 30. Nearly another first down, and C-Rob, 2 carries and 20 yards.
Well, the Jackets taking over in the McKinney North Bulldog territory twice so far on both possessions. And we've got a stat update for you on Corey Robertson. Let's check down with Jason Smith. Where's he at all time?
Well, guys, 95, 96, 97. The only years in front of Corey Robertson, Reggie Hunt, and big brother Chris Robertson, the only folks in front of him on the all-time career rushing list.
Jackets break the power ice, send 2 men wide to the right. This is Robertson running to the right, hitting the backfield and dropped for a loss for one of the few times this year. That's James Lee, who roared through there. And what was second down and 2 is now going to be third down and about 4 on the year of the Yellow Jackets in third down conversions. 443 the percentage, 31 out of 70. They face 3rd and 6 here, 9:59 to go. And quarter number one, Denison leading 7-0, but hoping for more.
Yeah, we talked about him being 3rd all-time now after that series. He passed Ray Taylor and Deion Marshall on that last series, only behind Reggie Hunt and brother Chris Robertson.
Hines is the back. This is going to be a reverse. It's Vaughn. He's coming to the 30, and he's going to be stopped right around the marker. I think they're going to give him a bad spot just short at the 31. Again, James Lee on the stop. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. Use the bifocals for the first time tonight. Looks like he's short.
Yeah, guys, he is a yard short. It will be interesting to see what the Jackets do here on 4th, and they're calling it too.
They're going for it. They have yet to convert on 4th down, and this is going to be Hines, the I-back. Gets the toss left. He's got the first down and more. He could be gone. He's down to the 11-yard line. Denison, first down and 10. Anthony Hines and Corey Robertson chewing the McKinney North defense alive.
Well, it was Austin Newton who saved the touchdown for the McKinney North Bulldogs, but give the credit on that play to Mario Polk. The fullback had an outstanding block on the left side and just sprung that hole for Hines. It's a great job by the fullback, Mario Polk.
Hines looking for his second touchdown of the night. It'll give him 11. He gets the toss, heads right, cuts it back inside, and is pounded ahead from behind to about the 8-yard line. So second down and 7 to go. It is not. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. On the stop for McKinney North, John Trevino, and checking into the ball game for the Yellow Jackets will be Chad Price. Corey Robertson has gotten a lot of work, but he is sitting out as we speak. Looks like he's okay, but Hines will once again be the featured back inside the 15. Heading right, Hines, he breaks a tackle at the 5, plunges to the goal line, stick it in the end zone, put it on the scoreboard, the leaping dive from 3 yards out, and Anthony Hines has touchdown number 11 on the year and number 2 tonight.
And a nice start by the Yellow Jackets. 8:18 left to go in the first quarter. Up 13-0 on the McKinney North Bulldogs, awaiting the PAT.
And Nathan Farley is standing behind Matt Fink as the Jackets will break the swinging gate. Fink calling for Jeremy Grimes' snap. It's high again, and Farley puts the foot in it. And it's true once again. 8:18 to go. An onside pooch kick recovered by Marcus Davis, and Anthony Hines and Corey Robertson do the rest. Hines takes it in. Denison leads 14-0. Don't go anywhere. Yellow Jacket football continues after this timeout. We've still got 8:18 to go. Another American Bank of Texas Drive recap.
Well, this one, 6 plays, 40 yards for the Yellow Jackets. It was an 8-yard touchdown by Anthony Hines, his second of the night. Early on, there's only 8:18 left to go in the first quarter, 14-0. Denison on top here at Munson Stadium.
Beto and Hawsey hoping there's not another onside attempt on the Cable One kickoff. They'd like to try to use their speed and see if they can begin to claw their way out of the hole the Jackets have put them in very early on. 8:18 left in quarter number one, and already Denison 14-0 over the Bulldogs, but I don't think that's going to hold up forever. And Farley's going to do another one. It is a short pooch. It is going to be dropped. It's on the ground at the 45, and the Dogs may have recovered.
I think they did. Marcus Davis was there again. The ball went through one of the upmen's hands. It was Justin Simmons, actually, who tried to catch the ball, went right through his hands, but he was able to fall back on it and recover it. If not, Denison would have came up twice on the onside kick.
John Trevino on the recovery. The offensive front, Glenn Hurst, Bo McCluskey, Kenneth Stoll, Kevin Papke in for the injured Alex Barbosa, Alan Howard, J.R. Halsey, Colin Beto, Austin Bastian, and Stuart Thompson, the wideouts, Leonard Barbosa, the quarterback, and, of course, Shannon Woods, the fullback. We'll give you the starting Yellow Jacket defense momentarily. 1st and 10, no backs in the backfield, a 5 wideout set for Barbosa on first down. Here comes the Jackets, Vinny Rhodes. He's nearly there. Barbosa sidesteps the pressure. He's running, and he's going to be tracked down after a 4-yard gain. Here's the Denison Yellow Jackets starting defense.
Brought number 22, Mario Polk, for the Yellow Jackets.
Shannon Woods is not in the game. Perhaps that toe that we heard was injured may in fact be injured. We'll see. No back look, 5 wideouts, 3 left, 2 to the right for Barbosa on second and short. He looks right, throws, it's complete, and there's a first down on second effort. Vinny Rhodes actually back in coverage. Actually, they're going to say his knee hit a half foot in front of the marker, so it'll be third down and about 6 inches.
Well, there was some nice pressure on the very first play. Thought they were going to have the quarterback, Barbosa, sacked in the backfield, but he was able to elude not only Rhodes, but also Jesse Dixon in the backfield, made some nice moves and got away from the 2 defenders.
Still have not seen Shannon Woods. Third down, a yard to go for Barbosa and company. And he is back to pass, rolling near side. Pressure comes up in his face, throws, it's complete. And a first down. Colin Beto, the leading receiver, has it. Corey Robertson makes sure he goes down. Beto coming in, 44 catches, 518 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He just added the second catch of the night.
The ball was almost tipped by linebacker Scooter Means across the middle, jumped up as far as he could. Scooter is only probably about 5'10", so he needed a couple extra inches to knock that one down.
Have not seen Shannon Woods, and we'll try to get an update from our sideline man in just a moment. This is Barbosa, again, a 5 wide out look, 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. First and 10 from the Denison 38. Barbosa back to pass. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw. It is over the middle and incomplete. Lots of heat in his face. The intended receiver, Stuart Thompson.
Malcolm Allen was coming from the left defensive end side, pressuring him right in his face, and he released it just in time, but Malcolm Allen had a beat on him.
The one thing that McKinney North was able to do so successfully against the Bearcats was run the option out of that spread formation, and if Woods is unable to play tonight, then that could certainly change their game plan up. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. The ball at Denison's 38. The Jackets leading 14-0. Barbosa, 3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Denison showing the blitz look. Barbosa, heat coming in his face. He's going to unload it downfield, overthrows everybody. Corey Robertson playing home run coverage. The intended wideout, the second leading receiver, J.R. Halsey, but it was 10 yards too deep.
Barbosa may not want to stand in the pocket too long tonight because he was absolutely buried by Vincent Rhodes in the backfield right at the 45-yard line. Just crushed him.
Let's check real quick. See with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man, no sign of Shannon Woods.
Absolutely none. I haven't found out anything down here, and I have yet to see him on the sidelines.
We'll check that. He was we were told today would be the starter. 3rd down and 10 from the 38. 1 out of 1 in third down conversions for the Bulldogs tonight from the Denison 38. Barbosa, here comes the blitz. Pressure is going to get to him. He's going to roll out to the right, still looking for someone to throw to. Here comes Josh Vaughn, throws. It is going to be incomplete. One hopped into a receiver coming back. That was Stuart Thompson. Josh Vaughn had the bullseye drawn on Barbosa.
Well, it was Malcolm Allen who first initially had the pressure, flushed him out of the pocket, made Barbosa run to the far sideline where his teammates are, and then had to throw the ball all the way across the field to the Denison side of the field, and it came up just a little bit short as it one-hopped the receiver, kind of trapped it. It looked like it was a good catch from here. The referee says no, he trapped it, and it came in just a little bit short. Now they're going to have to punt.
No sign of Shannon Woods on the far sideline, and we'll tell you why in just a moment. At the punting time, Troy Cates will stand to punt the football, standing at his own 48. The Jackets bring the rush, but they don't get to him, and he kicks it out of bounds around the 7-yard line.
Shannon Woods is on the very end. He's wearing the number 5.
There he is.
And he is in uniform, and he's not really limping a whole lot.
Well, what I was told by one of the Denison assistants is he left last week with 8 minutes to go in the game, did not return, hobbled off the field. They pulled the shoe off, touched his big toe, and they said he jumped like he'd been electrocuted, which usually is the sign of a bad turf toe.
Well, he came into the game with 1,305 yards and 19 touchdowns. When you take a guy like that out of your lineup, it's going to hurt significantly. They have yet to even try to run the football. They've passed every down.
We'll see if he is, in fact, on the shelf tonight. This is going to be Robertson. He's not on the shelf, and he's got room to run. 10, trying to lose a tackler at the 15. Can't do it, and he spun down. Actually, it was around the 12-yard line that he spun down, so it'll be a nice gain on first down. And Robertson had a lot of daylight if he could have ever gotten out of that shirt tackle. A guy had a handful of jersey and held on for dear life. That was D.J. Davis, the corner, who came over and support.
It was a nice job by the defense. Yeah, what's going to happen here is McKinney North is not going to be able to allow Corey Robertson to run vertically, side to side. They're going to force him to run horizontally tonight.
Ball is at the 11. This is Robertson, gets the toss, comes near side, tripped over his own man. It was a guard, it looked like, trying to pull out to the right, step back, and Robertson tripped over his feet. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 12-yard line.
This is the deepest that the Jackets have started so far tonight, starting at their own 6-yard line. Remember earlier they started the game at the McKinney North 44 and then recovered the onside to start at the McKinney North 40, this time deep in their own territory, starting at the 6, now the 12.
Micah Hudgens split wide to the right. This is Robertson getting the toss left side. He's got room to run. 20, 25, 30. It's a foot race. Robertson 40, 45, cuts it to the 50. He's to the 40. Stiff arms to the 30. Robertson to the 25-yard line. First down, Denison. Austin Newton saving the touchdown.
Well, Austin Means got turned around several times. Robertson broke one tackle at the 45, and then he had Mr. Newton there as he was trying to shake him at the very end. Made one nice move on the 62-yard run, cut back inside, tried to stiff arm him down to the ground, but he was able to make the tackle at the 26-yard line. Nice run, 62 yards for Corey Robertson.
And guess who's back in? All's done his thing. Now it's Shock's turn, and he gets the toss. Heading left, following blocks, cutting it inside down near the 20-yard line. And he'll be stopped around the 22. So Corey Robertson's doing a lot of the work, but he's not getting much of the reward so far. Anthony Hines, 2 touchdowns in the night, and he's back in to spell Robertson after the long run.
Well, I don't think either one of them are really going to mind who gets the carries, who gets the touchdowns, as long as they put the big W up on the board tonight and add some of those numbers back on that championship board down there.
Could this be a statement game for the Jackets? We'll see. Means and Polk, the power eye look. This is a handoff. Hines running right, stumbling, still going, and he's going to be popped down around the 16-yard line, going to be short of the first down by about 1 yard. So 3rd down and between 1 and 2 yards coming up. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man, Jason. The Jackets are off and running.
They really are. And, guys, something on that last run that you failed to point out, and I don't know if you could see it because it was right in front of all the Jacket players. As the player went to tackle Robertson, it's like he had eyes in the back of his head and jumped up.
Right, this is Hines running right on 3rd and short. He's going to second effort his way. The ball may be loose at the 14. McKinney North scrambling for it, but I think Denison got back on it. Looks like Micah Hudgens recovered the fumble, but it's going to be short of the first down. Hines appeared to have the first down on his initial progress, but the ball squirted free and popped back a yard, and it'll be 4th down, less than 1, and the Jackets are going again. Corey Robertson in the ballgame.
Robertson does check in. 4th down, a little less than a yard. Well, about a yard right here.
Handoff Robertson, running left. He's got the first and more all the way down to the 11-yard line. Running behind the left side, Vinny Rhodes, Gary Wetz, and Josh Prado.
There's no denying Robertson when it's 4th and 1. A 6-yard gain there. Takes it down to the 11. 2:55 left to go first quarter. Denison on top, 14-0.
Just as he did last week, Robertson already nearing the 100-yard mark in the first quarter. Power eye, too tight set. Robertson will be the eye back. Gets the toss, heads left, and he's going to be tackled after a short loss. Somebody shot the gap and got to Robertson before he could make his cut. Dustin Payne is the one that caused a little pain for Corey Robertson.
Well, it's either going to be a 1 or 2 yard loss. I think it's going to be a 2. They're going to mark it at the 13, so not a lot of times this year have we said that Corey Robertson a loss on the carry.
Hey, Will Crawley only 1 completion last week. 2nd and 11 here from the 13 might be a good spot with Jeremy Grimes and Josh Vaughn in the game as the tight ends to try something over the middle to the tight ends. Power eye, too tight set, handoff Robertson, runs right into the pile, and he's got nowhere to go as he's wrestled to the turf. Backwards, it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Well, they're going to mark him at the 12. Maybe gain of maybe a half yard. Gain of maybe 1 as the clock is winding down here in the first quarter. 1:48 and ticking. Denison, like I say, on top 14-0 here at Munson Stadium.
Corey Robertson trotting off the field. Anthony Hines back on. Vaughn to the left, and it'll be Polk in the slot look to the right. This is Hines running to the right, turns it inside the 10. He's to the pylon, stick it in the end zone, put it on the scoreboard from 12 yards out. Anthony Hines gets touchdown number 3 of the night, and the Yellow Jackets lead 20-0.
1:29 left to go in the first quarter. The Jackets are off and rolling.
Corey Robertson checking into the swinging gate formation. Let's see, 5 times this year he's gotten a 2-point conversion. Wonder if the Jackets might flirt with that here. Doesn't look like it, as they'll break the swinging gate. Jeremy Grimes to snap. It'll be Hines and Robertson as the two safety valves on the corner. Matt Fink calling for the ball from Jeremy Grimes. Good snap, good hold. Farley's kick is a dandy. Right down the middle. And with 1:29 to go, the track meet is one-sided so far. 21-0. The Yellow Jackets in command. We're back after this timeout.
And let's say Corey Robertson, 9 carries, 90 yards here in about 10 minutes.
And not to be outdone, his teammate Anthony Hines, 9 carries, 83 yards, and 3 touches. Cable 1 kickoff taken by an up man, and he is tackled immediately at the 36. When it's going right, it's going right. The Jackets were flying down the field. Jeremy Grimes makes the stop on the up man. That was Dustin Payne, and he felt a little pain after Grimes popped him.
Yeah, Grimes, not a small kid. He is pretty big in stature out there, especially when he pops somebody.
Of course, Grimes, the tight end, second tight end tonight, and also plays back deep along with Corey Robertson. Robertson patrolling center field again. Shock and awe in the game. And now we see Shannon Woods in the ball game. But this is our Barbosa, hands it off Woods. He is met and rudely handled to the turf after a 1-yard gain.
We're going to mark him at the 40, so give him 2, but a very tough 2.
And he gets up a little gimpy.
Mario Polk, one of the guys on the tackle.
Sorry about that. Woods is definitely a little gimpy. So we'll see how long he can go. He certainly looked speedy and shifty. This is Barbosa back to pass. He's going to throw it out in the flat. It's complete. And right there to make the stop immediately, Brad Aday just shy of the first down marker. And that was Nathan Farley on in support. Austin Bastian, the third leading receiver, the man that got that reception. It's going to be third down and about a yard to go.
Nice coverage by Aday, giving him a little bit of cushion, but not too much on there.
Third and a yard and a half, and somebody might have jumped for McKinney North. No flag. This is a handoff. Woods tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be fourth down and punting time. That is Bryce Woolard coming over, and Super Mario, right there if he doesn't make the stop.
Yeah, that is going to back him up, and they may not elect to punt here, as they're going to have to get back in this football game. As Shannon Woods is still on the football field, they run a no huddle, so it's hard to tell exactly what they're doing. But their punter is not coming into the football game.
Yeah, 29, Troy Cates is not on the field yet, but they're going to take a timeout and talk about it. That's well, actually, they're going to let the quarter expire. That's it in the first quarter. It's been all Denison, 21-0. The Jackets are on their way, they hope, toward a district title, and they're trying to take the next step tonight. Good start. We're back after this Yellow Jacket timeout. Sean Pratt thinking the better of going forward on his own into the field as we start the second quarter, and he'll send Cates in to punt the ball away. Anthony Hines, the only man back deep for the Yellow Jackets right now. And Cates, maybe they're trying to draw Denison offsides. Long snap count. Very long snap count. It's a fake. It's going to be snapped to Beto. 45. He's to the 50, and he's going to be very close. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he got it. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline, man. You could almost see that coming. They waited so long.
Yeah, indeed you could, and we had talked about hearing rumors of a trick play coming. There it was, and it results in a first down for McKinney North.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not the only thing that Sean Pratt has got up his sleeve tonight, but gutsy call, and Beto gets it by a half yard.
It'll be interesting to see here if the Yellow Jackets can step it up a little bit on offense. Need to really shut them down here to put the exclamation point on that first quarter.
Shannon Woods is going to get the fake handoff. This is Barbosa. Pressure comes. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Malcolm Allen introduces himself. Vinny Rhodes comes over and shakes his hand also.
Yeah, that was all Malcolm Allen coming over on the left side from the left defensive end, was in the backfield untouched and finally drug him down. And when he had him down around the collar, Vinny Rhodes came up and polished him off.
14th sack of the year, first sack of the night. That's Allen's second sack of the season, and it'll be 2nd and 15. Barbosa back to pass, looking, throwing it downfield, and it's incomplete. Corey Robertson drawing a beat on it, couldn't catch up with it. It was over everybody's head.
Jesse Dixon went through the line untouched, had a clean slate right towards the quarterback, Barbosa, but Barbosa released it, feeling the pressure of Dixon coming right towards him.
Alex Barbosa is missing on that right side, all 6'3", and 300 pounds of the senior right guard, returning all district linemen. And That's where some of the heat's pouring through. This is Barbosa back to pass. Blitz coming. He steps up, avoids it. He's going to be hit as he throws, incomplete. And this time you got to think they'll punt on 4th and 15.
Desmond Baker, the guy who finally comes up and smashes Barbosa behind the line. Now, he released it before he was sacked, but it was Means who forced him out, but it was Desmond Baker who finally come up and knocked him. Now, Baker mostly played special teams, but came in with 31 tackles on the season.
Cates in to punt. Last time it was a fake. This is 4th and 15 from the McKinney North 45. Hines standing at his 25. Jackets showing they're showing the block on, and here they come. They don't quite get there. He just gets it away. Hines has got to backtrack. He's going to let it go, and now he's going to catch it on the hop, drops it at the 11. Now he's looking for daylight, and he has some. Hines running to the 20, 25, a flag down. Hines to the 40, another flag. Hines to the 50, still going, 45, and tackled at the 42-yard line. It looked nice, but it's going to come back.
It's going to come all the way back as there's 3 flags laying down, one at the 21-yard line, about 12 yards ahead of where Hines made the catch. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, was very pretty, but it's coming back.
Well, when you see the head linesman who's trailing on that play, or the back judge, rather, throwing the flag, it's pretty obvious what it's going to be. And then there was another flag thrown, and we've got a clip and a hold against the Yellow Jackets.
Well, they caught the ball about the 12-yard line is where Hines. It was a beautiful spiraling punt. I mean, you can't get much better than that in the high school level.
Well,
and
Coach,
it actually went through Hines' hands. He had to pick it up, but he was very deep in their own territory.
And, as soon as he picked it up, you could almost see the big run back coming because, the defense just kind of collapses when the ball hits the ground like that, and they left a lot of room on that sideline.
And Hines actually bumped into a few of his own guys before he sprung loose.
Well, 21-0 is the Jacket lead. They took it 94 yards a few moments ago. They'd have to go 91 yards now after the one penalty is declined. The hold is accepted because it's further back down the field. And so the Bulldogs will accept that. And Denison starts in its deepest hole of the night, second deepest hole of the night. Didn't seem to matter a few moments ago as Corey Robertson erupted on a 62-yarder, and, if he could do it again, he might be able to take it 91 to the house.
C-Rob needs 10 yards to break the 100-yard mark, and we've got 10:29 left to go in the first quarter.
I think he might get there tonight.
And Hines has 83 yards.
It's going to be Polk and Robertson in the backfield. One wide out to the near side. 1st and 10, Denison from their own 9. Handoff, Polk had a big hole and rumbled for a 4 or 5 yards and then broke free, lost the ball, and the Bulldogs have recovered inside the Denison 15.
That's something you're not going to be able to do. Coach Brown is not happy on the sidelines. Anytime you give the football to the McKinney North Bulldogs is bad, but if you give it to them deep in your own territory, it's especially bad. And they're going to take over at the 13-yard line with only 13 yards to go to score, down 21-0.
Mario Polk reluctantly coming to the near sideline after the fumble. That's the second time tonight Denison's put it on the turf. First time they've lost it. So the turnover ratio goes down a notch to plus 16. Barbosa, he's back to pass, hands it off, flags everywhere. Denison might have jumped. We'll have to sort this one out. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. Who jumped? The white?
McKinney North definitely jumped on that one. Denison's defense does lots of motion pre-snap reads, and McKinney North not used to that in the opponents they've faced so far, causing the right guard to flinch just before the snap, resulting in a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, the solid white uniforms with the blue and orange trim, about the only color is the numbers and the helmet. Kind of look like the Clemson Tigers and around, or the Florida Gators to some degree. This is Barbosa back to pass. He's going to throw it, and the man has caught it, but is dropped immediately on the left flat. The Yellow Jackets, Brad Aday, right there to make the stop. It was Bastion on the reception. It'll be a short gain. Sets up 2nd down and 12 deep in Denison territory. It's 21-0, 10 minutes to go in the half. The Jackets were cruising, but just turned it over deep on their own end. Shannon Woods will flank Leonard Barbosa. Woods has been a non-factor so far in this game. And this is Barbosa back to pass. Has time, throws over the middle, diving, grab in the end zone, incomplete. If he had caught that ball, there was a freight train of its own named Corey Robertson who was going to light him up. Stuart Thompson, that is, who dove for the ball at the goal line. 3rd and 13.
Robertson still had a chance to pick that ball off as it was tipped about a yard into the end zone. Robertson got a hand on it after it was tipped.
So the Bulldogs tonight only 1 of 3 and 1 of 4 in third down conversions, face 3rd and 13 here. Barbosa back to pass, looks, throws right, has a man. It's a pick play, and it's going to be a first down and goal, a touchdown rather. They're going to give him the touchdown, say he broke the plane of the goal line. J.R. Hawsey, that was a pick play, and I guess the official said it was a legal pick play. 9:33 to go in quarter number 1, and after the Denison miscue, the Bulldogs suddenly are on the board.
Well, it takes a lot to be an illegal pick play. You have to be very obviously picking somebody for them to call that, because you can run motion out and you can kind of run as long as you're trying to run a pattern or looking like you're running a pattern, they're not going to call it.
Blake Boblett's on for the PAT, and he kind of pulls this one to the left but gets it through. And after the Mario Polk fumble, 9:33 to go in the first half of play, 21-7, the Jackets lead. We're back after this timeout. No, very good job of scouting by the Jackets as Boblitz gets prepared to kick. Corey Robertson is up at the 31-yard line for the right-footed kicker. He can only kick it that way if he decides to go short. And they'll put Hines and Davis back deep. So one way or the other, the Jackets should get a return here on the Cable One kickoff. Boblitz approaches the ball, and he's going to bang it. This one is going to go deep, and it's going to be a bouncer. It's going to go out of bounds. Robertson watched it roll inside the 10, breathed a sigh of relief, and let it go out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Very smart football play right there by Robertson. Watching the ball go out of bounds, he could have tried to pick it up at the very last minute and tried to make a scamper for it, but he wisely let the ball roll out of bounds. That'd be a big penalty against the McKinney North Bulldogs. May elect to make them kick again, and I think they will.
Yeah, anytime you've got Shock, Awe, and Marcus Davis on the field with a chance to return a kickoff, you probably want to take that chance.
And that's something that we didn't realize until last week when we saw Marcus Davis running that reversed. He has got an enormous amount of speed that I know you and I didn't realize that until we saw it last week.
Jackets are averaging 21.8 per kickoff return, but it's been 57 games now. You have to go back into the 1990s to find the last time the Jackets returned a kickoff for 6 points. Let's see if they can do it here. Boblitz will be forced to back up to the 35. And let's see if he breaks the huddle. You know, the Bulldogs probably feel at this point they don't have a whole lot to lose. They might try some things like an onside themselves.
I don't know if you would want to do that at your own 30, kicking at your own 35, though. I think they will probably elect to kick it deep here and try to force Denison to put another drive on.
Davis in the middle, Robertson to the left, and Hines to the right. Right to left on the radio dial is the direction the Yellow Jackets want to go. Boblitz for another Cable One kickoff. He's going to squib it. It's going to bounce down the field, and Marcus Davis gets a chance to return. 25-30, up to the 40. Looks for daylight. Look out. 45. Davis 50. 40. Davis running to the 30. We may have a touchdown to the 10-5. Stick it in the end zone. The streak is over. A 74-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and 57 games have gone by since Denison put one to the house on a kickoff return, and the final streak, ladies and gentlemen, is over. Marcus Davis ends it with 9:21 to go in the first half.
The streak is over. Finally, the streak is over. 57 games. It was DeJuan Gentry on a kickoff return, a 97-yarder in the 98 season opener at Munson against Marine Military Academy, and Marcus Davis says, bye-bye, DeJuan Gentry. I'm in the record books now.
74 yards, 76, check that. Marcus Davis just talking about the speed that youngster possesses, and he turned the Jets on at the 45, cut it back to the inside, found a seam back down the sideline, and was gone. We've got a stoppage in play. Let's check this. We've got illegal substitution against the Dogs, and guess what the Jackets are about to do? They're going to put it at the 1.5-yard line, and that's going to mean Denison's going for 2 here. Scooter Means will check in along with Mario Polk. Robertson will be the featured back, the 2 tight set, Grimes and Vaughn. And Denison with a jumbo package, 9:21 to go. They'll try to extend the lead to 29-7. a miscue, a penalty on a PAT attempt, and let's see if Denison can convert for 2. We got a stoppage in play. The Dogs want to talk about it, and we're going to join them. 9:21 to go in the first half, 27-7. Denison in the lead. We're back. We're back at Munson Stadium, and Marcus Davis ends a 57-game drought. Takes a kickoff 74 yards back for the TD. There's your American Bank of Texas drive recap. And the Jackets going for 2. Handoff. Robertson leaps, and he should have it, and he does for the 6th time this year. Corey Robertson has converted on the 2-point conversion attempt, and the Jacket lead is 29-7. And Denison gets Paris next week in Lamar County on Halloween before coming back for the Week 10 Battle of the Axe. This is the Cable One kickoff. Nathan Farley banging it down the field. A high squibber taken by Hawsey. He looking for daylight. Going to break a tackle. He's got some room to run. Look out. He's to the 35, around the corner 40, and he's going to tightrope down the sideline to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, and it's going to be Brad Aday that saves a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff. And that was poor tackling about 4 or 5 times. They had a chance to get Hawsey, and Aday saves the day.
Well, I hate to say it, but one of the missed tackles was Marcus Davis right at the 50-yard line. Had a shot at him right on the out-of-bounds marker, and I don't know how he tight-roped down the sidelines, but he did. He eluded Davis for the 51-yard return. They're going to set up shop at the 22 in Denison territory.
Well, this is exactly what Denison does not want to do. You want to put your foot on their neck and keep it there, and just as Sherman continually let McKinney North off the mat, they found a way back in the game, and if the Jackets toy around with the Bulldogs, we might be looking at something like that. I think we may have a flag before this one could get underway.
Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. Jason, right there, what's this flag going to be?
Well, the side judge was counting it like Denison had too many men on the field, but I don't think they do. This may be the same individual that called that touchdown that wasn't in there a moment ago.
It is the same gentleman. And I think they're going to wave it off. So after the 51-yard kickoff return, following the 74-yard kickoff return, the Dogs are in business at the Denison 21. This is a swing pass. Beto looking for blocks, another pick play. This time a flag perhaps against the Dogs, and Bryce Willard a little slow to get up. The head linesman or the back judge rather, threw that right at the center. That should be against the Dogs.
Well, if it is, I'm sure the Denison coaching staff on the last play in the last series are going to call holding here.
What? And Monte, explain pick play. When I say that, explain what I'm talking about there.
What it is when a receiver is in motion out of the backfield or across in motion, runs a pattern which happens to get in the way of the defender. Now, you're not trying to pick or block the defender because you can't do that. But if you're running a pass pattern and the defender, wink, wink, gets in the way, then it's a pick, and it's a successful pick. But if you're out there blocking and throwing your arms out trying to, really block the defender, then you can't do that, and they'll call that a pick and bring it back.
Well, it's an acting job to a great degree.
You've really got to do it right. You can't look like you're doing it intentionally. You have to kind of sell it a little bit, but seldomly will they call a pick play. You have to really look like you're really picking them before they'll call it.
Not sure if that was on that particular what appeared to be a possible pick. Could have been in the interior. This is Woods heading left. He's hit and dropped for a short gain. Thought he might have fumbled. Malcolm Allen was scrambling for the ball, but Desmond Baker comes up with a stop. At any rate, it'll be second down and about, let's see where they mark it. Now they're going to come back to the 29. So second down, we'll call it 16 yards to go for the first down. 8:28 to go in the half. Denison 29-7, but they keep letting Bulldogs think they have life. Barbosa with a 4 wide out look, 2 receivers either side. Woods flanking him to the right. Barbosa back to pass. Blitz coming. Hit as he throws. It's going to be almost picked off. And what a great play downfield. Marcus Davis right there to knock the ball away from Halsey. And I'm going to tell you, Monte, if he had one more step, he would have gone 90 yards down the sideline for another touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Davis. Looked like he may have even gotten beat initially. He was a little bit too far down the field, but made the correct stop. The ball was thrown at the 10-yard line. He went for the ball and actually almost picked it off. Made a nice play.
Malcolm Allen nearly got a sack. This is Barbosa back to pass. Another blitz coming by the Jackets. Allen flushes him. Vinny Rhodes, the ball's loose. Rhodes gets the near sack. The Yellow Jackets recover a fumble, and there's a flag on the play.
I think they're going to call intentional grounding. He just tried to chunk the ball as he was going down. I thought he was down before the ball came out, as a matter of fact.
Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. That is the call, intentional grounding. Is the home coaching staff happy with that one?
Oh, yeah, incredible. Vincent Rhodes with this credit on that sack. Something Coach Brown told me today. He is also a straight A student as he picks up his 7th sack right there.
Actually, that is sack number 8 of the year for Vinny. 2nd sack of the night. And I'm told now that he probably won't get credit for the first one. So officially, I guess, it's 1 sack, but he was right there on that other one, too. And it'll be punting time for Mr. Cates and company. And I don't think they'll go for the fake here.
Won't be faking it here with 36 yards to go on 4th down.
Cates will stand at the 49. Hines will stand at the 8. 4th and long. Denison showing a block attempt. A lot of guys lined up on the left. Here they come, and he gets it away. Lots of pressure. It's a shank. It's going to bounce into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback back to the 20-yard line. So the pressure worked as Cates was unable to get the ball pinned inside the 20. That's Troy Cates, and the Jackets start 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And let's talk about the play of Marcus Davis so far. He has really had a great game, and we still got 7:55 to go in the first half of play.
Yeah, Denison up 29-7, and you're right. Marcus Davis has had one heck of a game. The only flaw so far in his game tonight is that missed tackle on the 50-yard line on that kick return, but you can say that about 3 other guys who also missed tackles.
Well, let's see who gets the call as the running back on this series, and it will be Corey Robertson. Means the fullback, 1 man wide to the left. Robertson the toss, comes to the near side, has room, 20, 25, look out, 30. This could be a foot race. Robertson 40 to the 50, a flag down. Robertson stiff arming and pushed out of bounds. Could have been another late flag, but we've got a flag at the 29-yard line.
Well, the flag is right at the feet of Will Crawley and Chad Price. Maybe a block in the back. It is holding against Denison, and they're going to call it on the quarterback, Will Crawley.
Coach Bob Brown giving our referee tonight, Terry Mayfield, a little bit of a, are you sure about that look?
Yeah, when your quarterback's out, of course, that's what this Denison offense is all about. Their quarterback is not one of those guys who's going to, foot around back there and throw the ball, and that's it. Your quarterback's got to be a tough guy in this offense. Will Crawley is all of that.
Yes, he is. Hines will spell the tired Robertson, who, well, it looked like he had another lengthy run. It would have been over a 40-yard scamper, but it's called back. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15, or 1st and 15 from the 16-yard line. 7:46 to go in the first half. This is Hines coming near side. He's got the 20 and had a chance to run for a long time before he's tripped up from behind, and he'll go down around the 26-yard line. Justin Simmons sliding over to make the stop.
A nice gain of about 9 yards. Don't know how we had a 4-yard penalty a moment ago because they backed it up
spot
4 yards. Oh, it was a spot foul, I guess that's why. But they're marking the ball to 25 here. 7:23 left to go in the second quarter. Denison on top 29-7 before the Grays Credit Jewelers halftime show.
It's going to be an offset look. This is Hines running right, cutting it back inside, had his feet chopped out from under him, and he's going to be well short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Blake Giles coming up to make the stop against Anthony Hines, and the Jackets have been their own best friends and their own worst enemies.
He actually lost a yard there. Hines will stay in the football game, and Jeremy Grimes will come in along with Jeremy Kimbrell.
No pass attempts yet for the Jackets. We'll see if they try to do something here. They'll split 1 man wide to the right. Hines and Polk in the backfield, man in motion. This is a quarterback draw. Will Crawley looking for a first down. Flag of the play. Crawley running 45 to the 50-yard line. Lowers his shoulder. Gets inside Bulldog territory to the 48. But yet again, it's coming back. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. What's the call, Jason?
You can hear the crowd in the background. That is the 3rd time that the referee has called holding out there, and Coach Brown having the toughest time as anybody believing that call.
I think this one's going to come against Ryan Bergman. I believe Coach Brown was pointing at Mr. Bergman and telling him that was on him. So now Denison is in a deep spot here, 3rd down and a truckload.
Yeah, and it's a shame because both holding calls have wiped out big gainers into Bulldog territory. I think it's pretty apparent at this point that McKinney North doesn't have much of an answer to stop Denison on the ground. The Yellow Jackets have been giving them the only answer they found. Jacket penalties, they came in averaging only 4 penalties a game for 34 yards, and already they are over that mark tonight. 3rd and 15. Hines the lone setback. This is going to be a reverse. It's going to be a reverse coming to Marcus Davis, trying to get outside 25, and he's going to get near the 27-yard line, going to be short of the first down. It was a nice attempt, and Davis had maybe, if he could have gotten one more step, would have had a chance to run for a first down, but the stop is going to be made on the corner. Austin Newton grabbed the jersey and held on, and it'll be 4th down and a long 6 yards to go, and it should be punting time for Josh Vaughn for the first time this evening.
Marcus Davis just simply ran out of room. He was trying to run to the near side. If he'd have had a few extra yards on the sideline, would have probably broken it, but he just simply ran out of room.
Hawsey, the lone man back. Vaughn, 21 punts, 35.7 average. Remember, got roughed up last week with the bum ankle. He's had a groin problem, and Grimes has had a tendency to snap it high. Does so again. Vaughn has to hurry to get it out. It's a wobbly kick. It's going to bounce and take a neutral roll. Now a Denison roll inside the 40, inside the 35, and it will be killed at the 34-yard line. Grimes has really had a habit in the last 2 or 3 weeks of snapping that ball high to Vaughn. I know they've been working on that in practice, but under live fire, he did it again.
Well, it's very easy when you've been working on something like that. You mentally get it into your brain that, okay, I can't snap it high. I can't snap it high. And then what do? You snap it high. It's like, don't think of a pink elephant. What are you going to do?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are you going to think of a pink elephant?
It's like telling somebody that needs to visit the facilities not to think of Niagara Falls. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. The Bulldogs trailing 29-7. Denison showing the blitz look. And Barbosa calls for the ball. He's going to run that option. This is Woods. He gets the pitch, 30, outside 35, and pinched out of bounds around the 36-yard line.
Great job by Marcus Davis, the cornerback, tying up the wide receiver who was trying to give the block to spring open the tailback there. But Davis actually caused a bunch of jam up there because he actually pushed his wide receiver and jammed up the whole side.
That was the play that McKinney North just absolutely killed Sherman with a couple of weeks ago. That quarterback option in the shotgun to Woods. Denison showing a blitz look here. Barbosa back to pass. Heat in his face. It's complete. A nice little move by the receiver over the middle and gets a first down at the 46-yard line. That's going to be Hawsey. Robertson, the man that made the stop. Hawsey, a little stutter move right as the ball was thrown, and he was able to ditch his defender and make the grab.
If you're going to stutter somebody, the guy not to do it is Corey Robertson, because he has all the stuttering moves. He may have invented some of them, and he just dropped him right there at the 45.
New set of downs for the Dogs at the 45, 4:52 to go in the half. Barbosa back to pass. No pressure, now it comes. He's flushed out of the pocket, running right. Here comes the heat. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Vinny Rhodes knocked Barbosa literally 5 yards backwards, and he helps him up off the turf.
Well, Barbosa has been on the turf most of the night. Every time he throws the football, he ends up on his number 1 on his backside.
To his credit, he gets right back up. At least he has so far. Great coverage downfield, Monte, by the Jacket secondary. We probably haven't given them enough credit this year.
Anthony Hines was in great coverage there.
2nd and 10 from the 45. Barbosa flanked by Woods to the left. 2 receivers to either side. And Barbosa checking with Coach Pratt on the far sideline. Play clock at 7 seconds. Game clock at 4:43 to go in the half. Barbosa, he's going to keep it on the quarterback option. The ball's loose. Denison scrambling for it, and they're going to say that he was down before it came out.
Well, he tried to fake the pitch to the tailback, and when he did, he tried to make a nifty, quick little move up inside. When he did, he just lost his footing and went down at the 42-yard line.
One thing, Monte, you can definitely say so far the calls have not gone Denison's way tonight.
Well, not offensively anyway, as far as the holding calls and things like that. Wiped out numerous amount of long runs for Denison.
3rd and 12 from the 42 after the loss. Barbosa from the gun calls for the ball. He's back to pass. Looks, sets up. Now he's going to be sacked. Malcolm Allen comes in from behind. Barbosa was forced up, and Allen finished it off.
Well, Allen did a great job from the left side, but it was Jesse Dixon from the interior who really caused that whole play. Messed up everything on the inside. Allen just happened to be there from the outside to finally make the sack.
He got to clean up everything from behind, and as you said, Dixon, a great job causing Barbosa to step up and flush. Cates will stand at the 25. Hines back at the 20. 3:33 to go in the half. 29-7, Denison in the lead. Jackets now will flip the pressure to the right side, again showing they've got the block on. They're coming, and they almost get there. Cates gets a dandy away, drives Hines back to the 10. He'll field it at the 9, looking for blockers. Farley's going to give him one block. This is to the 15. There's a great block and a flag. Hines 25, 30, Hines 40, Hines 45, and it's all coming back again.
Well, it's going to come back. They're going to call Marcus Davis on a block in the back. And he absolutely destroyed a defender at the 10-yard line from the McKinney North Bulldogs. It was not a penalty. Now he gets up and runs off. He was doing a great job of acting at the 10-yard line as when they call the penalty, rolls around on the ground, finally gets up and sprints off to the other side, and you can hear the fans' reaction here at Munson Stadium.
Coach Bob Brown having some words with the officiating crew, not feisty words, but just trying to find out what they saw. Jason Smith, our sideline guy, looked like a perfectly clean block to me.
Indeed it was, but the other 4 have been as well.
Good point.
Well,
at least from the Denison side of things.
Obviously, Coach Brown thinking that way. It is going to be against Denison, and they are going to bring that long, hefty punt back. And what we failed to mention, it was a beautiful punt return by Hines 27. Yep. Took it all the way past the midfield stripe to the 45, but it was 2 excellent blocks by the Denison Yellow Jackets. They're going to call a penalty on Marcus Davis. Now Bill Bates, Nathan Farley had another beautiful block at about the 10-yard line that freed Hines for the first missed tackle.
That block was not quite as clean as Davis's block, and perhaps that's what they threw the flag on, because it was a little bit off center, but the Davis hit was total square up and hit him in the shoulder pads.
Well, they threw it at Davis. It was definitely on the Davis hit because they threw it right at him, but I'm telling you, he absolutely destroyed him.
Ball at the 7. Robertson standing at the 1. Wouldn't it be nice if he could take it 93? And he's not going to do it. He takes it 3. He slipped coming out of a block on the left side. Picks up 3 tough yards. Blake Giles on the stop. Robertson approaching the 100-yard mark. He may actually be over it. 2:50 to go in the first half. 29-7 is the Jacket lead. And if it were not for penalties, Denison might be way out in front of this one.
Well, we're told now 98 yards is what Robertson has. 2:39 left to go before half. 29-7, Denison on top.
2nd and 8 from the 9. Robertson running right, looking for blocks. This is going to be Robertson getting outside, cutting it back in, lost the ball, and the Bulldogs have it. For only the 2nd time this season, Corey Robertson has fumbled the ball, and Denison looked like they could run away with this, but all of a sudden, penalties and turnovers are letting the Dogs off the mat.
Well, this is obviously the sloppiest football game that the Yellow Jackets have played so far this year. Numerous penalties, numerous turnovers. Big Mo is going the other way right now.
No question about that. 29-7 is the score, 2:27 to go in the half, and man, you don't want to let them score a touchdown here. The 3rd time the Jackets have fumbled tonight, the 2nd time they've lost it. Barbosa back to pass. Pressure comes. He's going to throw. It's going to be caught at the 9, and I'm not sure what Anthony Hines was doing. He had a chance to make a play on the ball, and he just kind of sat there, and the ball was caught.
Well, there could have easily been a holding call on that play as the left tackle, Glenn Hurst, absolutely pulled down Bryce Woolard by the jersey.
Well, in Hines' defense, I think he thought it was incomplete, and the receiver came slashing in. That was Hawsey to make the grab. It'll be 2nd down and a long 3. The Jackets trying to come up with a big stand here. The Dogs trying to climb back in this one. It has been all Denison in more ways than one. Barbosa rolling left, wanting to throw, has time, throws. It is incomplete out of the back of the end zone. Great coverage by the Jacket secondary. Vinny Rhodes coming with the heat, 3rd and 3 from the 9.
And he had to throw that ball away. It might have ended up in the tuba section behind the behind the goal line there as the band lines up. But I'm telling you, you're right, Lynn. 1:38 left to go before half. 29-7, Denison on top. Denison has been rolling this entire football game, but this last 5 minutes have been terrible by the Yellow Jackets.
Well,
absolutely sloppy.
The kick return for 51 yards. 3 fumbles in the first half, 2 of them lost. Missed tackles. And all of a sudden, what looked to be a blowout, the Dogs could climb back in with a touchdown here. They're going to run the option. Barbosa turns it up, and he's going to be stopped right at the marker, just shy. They're going to say his knee hit. Let's check and see how close it is. Jason Smith, make the call.
Well, guys, I think that he is short, and the referees are indeed saying it. Desmond Baker playing a whale of a game tonight, coming up and making that play.
Well, they were trying to run that option with Shannon Woods, and Barbosa turned it up, and he only needed 3, and he got 2.
Big play here, Lynn. Right before half, 4th and 2 to go.
1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the first half. The play clock's at 4 seconds. Barbosa finally turns around and sees that and calls a timeout. We're back, Munson Stadium, 4th and 2 from the 7. Barbosa from the gun. 3 wide out look, to the right, 2 to the left. Big play for the Jacket D, leading 29-7. Barbosa runs, he's got the first down and the touchdown. For the second time tonight, a turnover inside the 20 has cost Denison dearly.
And he just ran that right behind his center, broke a few tackles, sprinted 7 yards for the score. 51 seconds to go right before the halftime. That's exactly what McKinney North, they couldn't ask for more. A better timing situation to score right before the half. I know they're well behind in this football game, 29 to about to be 14 after this PAT, but they're not out of it.
No way. And Boblett's kick is up, and it's good. And all of a sudden, what was a seemingly insurmountable lead is now only 15. 29-14 as the Jackets not once, not twice, but 3 times lay it on the turf tonight. 2 of them cost touchdowns. This is Boblett's. It's going to be a squibber, and it's going to be the ball's loose. The Denison Yellow Jackets have turned it over again.
McKinney North jumps on this onside kick at the Denison 45-yard line, and it is McKinney North Bulldogs football with 48 seconds left to go before half. If it's going wrong, it's going wrong. Holy cow.
Jeremy Grimes is the one that is going to be guilty of that fumble. He came screaming up. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. It was bouncing hard down the field. He came up very fast and hard and tried to field it like a shortstop, one-hopping it into his glove, and it bounced off of him. And look out, 48 seconds to go. Barbosa and company in business. 3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Barbosa, pump fake. He's got pressure. He's going to throw the home run downfield. He's got a man. He's caught inside the 15 at the 11-yard line.
He was crushed when he caught it, but he did make the catch. It was J.R. Hawsey at the 10-yard line. It was Corey Robertson who laid the pop on him, but he makes the catch. They're going to rule it at the 9. 41 seconds to go before the half. Denison up 29-14. McKinney North is rolling. They'll take a timeout.
The Jackets are the ones that burn the timeout. Beto is the running back in for Shannon Woods. Barbosa on 1st and goal from the 9, 41 seconds to go. Blitz look by the Jackets, but Barbosa flush out of the pocket. He's to the 5, he's to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes! Unbelievable! This is absolutely unreal. 33 seconds to go in the half, and the Yellow Jackets had it on cruise control and went to sleep at the wheel.
9-yard touchdown by Barbosa. 33 seconds to go in this first half. 29-20. Yellow Jackets up, awaiting the PAT. Wow. Timeout McKinney.
And it's only working because the Jackets are letting it work. 2-point conversion attempt. Barbosa back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Vinny Rhodes coming. He's going to get him from behind and stop him, and the 2-point conversion is no good.
Nice job by Vinny Rhodes, back in the backfield, brings him down at about the 15-yard line. Big loss, but it really doesn't matter. As long as he didn't get in the end zone is the only thing that matters, because it nullifies any extra point. 29-20, Denison on top. 33 seconds left to go before the Graves Credit Jewelers halftime show. We told you we might have a barn burner tonight in Munson, and we're having exactly that.
This is Boblitz on the Cable One kickoff, and he's going to short. It's going to be a pooch near side. Hines is going to fair catch it at the 28-yard line. He might have let that one go out of bounds, but he was taking no chances. And I think it's safe to say that Bob Brown is rehearsing a pretty fiery speech for the locker room.
I would not want to be in that locker room at halftime.
Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline guy. It looks like they're already giving him the wide berth.
Indeed, and wouldn't you?
Not very many Yellow Jackets around Bob Brown right now.
Well, let's see what the Jackets can do with 33 seconds to go. At their own 29-yard line, Hudgens will be the lone receiver, split wide to the left. Robertson dotting the I, Means in front of him. This is Robertson trying to find blocks on the near side, and he's tripped up at the 30 and falls to the 35. Let's see if Denison burns a timeout. They will not. And that may be the final play of the half as Winston Robinson came in. And I tell you what, the Bulldogs have done a pretty good job after a pretty big first quarter by Corey Robertson and Anthony Hines. They've pretty much shut the Jackets down on the ground since. Only 10 seconds to go in the half. Robertson standing at the 26, gets the toss, and he is going to hurdle his way to the 35, and that should be the final play of the half, and it is. Beto and Halsey will retreat back to the 15 on the Cable One kickoff as Bill Bates, Mr. Nathan Farley, prepares to boot it deep. Remember, Halsey took one back 77 against Sherman, and he took one 51 yards back.
Well, the first time, I'm sorry,
in the
Lynn.
first half.
I'm sorry, the first time the Yellow Jackets kicked off tonight, remember it was that pooch onside type. We'll see if we see that again.
Well, Farley is going to kick it short. It's going to be a poocher. It's going to be taken by the up man. He's going to break one tackle and then go down in the grasp of 3 or 4 black jerseys around the 42-yard line. Your starting offense once again for the Bulldogs up front: Glenn Hurst, Bo McCluskey, Kenneth Soul, the center, Kevin Papke, and Alan Howard. Leonard Barbosa, the quarterback. Shannon Woods and Sidney Hickman will be the running backs along with Beto. Austin Bastian, J.R. Halsey, Colin Beto, Kyle Martin. They'll be your wideouts. And after the short kick, well, it's kind of a short field yet again for the Bulldogs. They have it at their 44-yard line, trailing 29-20 as we begin the second half of play. This is a handoff. Beto, I believe, and he's going to get up the middle. And Hines acting like maybe he recovered a fumble, but I think he was just happy about the big hit. It is Beto on a 3.5, maybe a 4-yard carry, 2nd and 6 upcoming.
No huddle offense for McKinney North as they get in and they get out pretty quick.
So Shannon Woods appears to be hobbled, and we'll see if he's able to go again. Barbosa in the shotgun. Blitz look by the Jackets. Here they come. Quick throw in and out of the hands of Halsey, the intended receiver. Hines on the pressure. He might have stopped Halsey short of the first down if he'd made the grab, but it would have been close.
Ball might have been tipped by Malcolm Allen. The left defensive end might have had a chance to get his right paw up there and deflected that ball just a little bit.
Very key play perhaps here. 3rd and a long 6. The ball at the 47 of McKinney North. Marcus Davis, Scooter Means setting the troops. Not a good night in 3rd down conversions for the Dogs. 2 of 8. They face 3rd and 6 here. This is Barbosa, back to pass, sets the screen up. Beto has it, and he's going to be stopped.
Oh!
What a great hit.
Oh, it was a massive hit. Corey Robertson at the 47-yard line across the midfield stripe into Denison territory. You could see it set up. The tailback who's fighting and running behind his blockers got out just a little bit, and as soon as he hit that seam, he was down on his backside immediately.
Well, it was a great hit, but it's 4-down territory according to Sean Pratt. 4th and 1, and the Dogs are going to go for it. 2 backs in the backfield. Barbosa, 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right, flanked by running backs on either side. Calls for the ball, high snap, hands it off to Beto, and he's not going to get it on the first effort. It's going to depend on the second effort. He slipped free, and he got it.
Well, they got a good spot. I believe they're going to have to mark it or check the chains here, rather, and now I believe they're going to go ahead and signal forward. No, they're going to bring the chains out.
From my vantage point, it looks like he got it. What do you think, Jason?
It looks like he's got it here as well.
Malcolm Allen had him in the backfield, and then he slipped away at the last moment, and it's going to depend on the spot. And it's going to, I mean, from here, it looks like it's going to be a first down. It's all, they're going to bring the sticks out for good measure, but.
Doesn't really even look that close to me, but.
And we've got a great look at it. It's right at the 45, right where we're at.
And, yeah, he got it.
Got it by another football length almost.
Yep. 1.5 lengths of the football. And, well, the Jackets had a chance for a huge defensive play, and kind of the way the night is gone, let it get away from him. Malcolm Allen normally doesn't let a running back get free, but he did that time, and second effort gives Beto and the Dogs a first down. 1st and 10 from the Denison 46-yard line. No back look. 3 wideouts right, 2 to the left. Barbosa standing in the shotgun at the 47-yard line. 29-20, the Jackets lead early in the 3rd. Blitz look by Denison. Here come the Jackets. They got to Barbosa, and Vinny Rhodes gets his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, and then there's a flag right after the play on the other side of the 48-yard line.
Celebration.
I think it will be celebration. Vinny Rhodes came out of there hopping up and down after the sack, and we'll see what they're going to call. Jason, I'm at your funeral home sideline, guys. You get a look at that.
Indeed, that looks like that's what it's going to be. And, guys, celebration can be called when there's taunting or anything when an official feels it is his discretion. All Vinny was doing was running out, pumping his arms.
Well, Bob Brown is not happy. personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. You hear the home crowd, you hear the crowd on the other side going wild, and I'm telling you what, the same guy that's called every questionable flag tonight's come from the same official.
It certainly has, and Bob Brown is very upset at the moment, talking with the official, trying to find out what the exact ruling is on that play. Coach Brown was talking to Vinny Rhodes, telling him that he's going to have to keep his emotions in check. This is a big, big penalty against the Yellow Jackets as it takes the McKinney North Bulldogs down to the 36-yard line in Denison territory, and first down, 10-17 left to go, third quarter. Denison on top, 29-20. No scoring yet in the second half.
First and 10 from the 36. Barbosa and the Dogs back in business twice. It looked like Denison had come up with big defensive plays, and both times it's for naught. Barbosa, here comes pressure.
Oh!
He's buried, but he drops it off in the flat to Beto. Barbosa gets right back up. Baker unloaded on him as he got rid of the football. And say what you will about the pressure, but Barbosa continues to get up off the mat and make the throw.
He is taking it lick by lick. It was a 6-yard gain out to the 30-yard line, but he paid the price from Desmond Baker as he destroyed him, pummeled him at the 42, but Barbosa gets right back up. And now it's second down and 4 in Denison territory. McKinney North knocking on the door.
Jackets need a turnover in a desperate way. Second and 4 in Denison territory. Barbosa from the gun. There's some flags, and let's see, will they finally call one against the Dogs?
And I believe it's going to be the lay of game, and it is. It's going to go against the McKinney North Bulldogs. And finally, McKinney North does something to shoot themselves in the foot, as the Jackets have been doing it continuously for about the past 6 minutes of play.
Barbosa, second and 9 after the 5-yard walk-off. 9:24 to go in the third. McKinney North down 29-20, but threatening. Here comes the blitz again. He's going to dump it off. Halsey has it, looks for daylight. He's got it. Look out. Halsey running. Blockers in front. He's gone. Touchdown, McKinney North.
He got behind 2 blockers and tucked behind him all the way down and finally went the last 20 yards. He split the seam and scored from the 35-yard line. It was a screen pass to the left side, and he did all of the work behind his blockers. 29-26, Denison still with the slim margin awaiting the PAT.
19 unanswered points, and perhaps about to be 20. Boblets on, and the snap is down. The kick is on the way, and it's 20 unanswered points. Denison led 29-7 with less than 5 minutes to go in the first half, and with, well, it's gut check time at Munson Stadium. The visiting crowd going wild, and why not? And this is a short onside pooch. Somebody better get over there and get it, and it goes out of bounds. A flag thrown because it went out of bounds. And I'm telling you what, Denison is making mental mistake after mental mistake. The ball was hanging, begging. There was a McKinney North player who almost caught that ball, and Denison, you have to call it a fair catch in that situation.
Well, the ball was going out of bounds. I think the Yellow Jackets saw that it was well out of bounds. Even the back judge threw the flag well before, it went out of, well before it landed, so you knew it was out of bounds. So they're probably going to go ahead and take the ball, and I think they will. They're going to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, let's see what the Jacket offense can do. They're well rested right now.
I think it's Corey Robertson time.
Grimes checks in. He'll be one of the tight ends for the Jackets. Chad Roberts will be one of the wideouts. Polk and Robertson will dot the straight eye look in the backfield. First and 10, the ball at the 40. And it's a handoff. Robertson coming left, lowers his shoulder. Not much room to run. He got about 3 yards.
They're going to mark him at the 44, so actually it's a 4-yard gain. 8:57 left to go, third quarter. Denison on top, 29-27.
Please don't think I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but this is a huge series for the Jackets. You've got to stop this momentum shift at some point. And Denison ran into a brick wall right there, 2nd and 7 at the 44.
They started at the 40. A 60-yard drive for a score would be huge for the Yellow Jackets here.
Two slot look. Robertson, the lone man, gets the toss, heads left. Looks for daylight, 50. Robertson running, and he covers the ball up as he gets the first down at the 45 and runs into McKinney North territory. That was a heads-up job by Robertson.
Yeah, it was. Austin York, the man on the tackle, was desperately trying to strip the ball away from Robertson. At the last second, Robertson tucked both arms around the ball, went down at the 45-yard line. Nice gain. First down, Denison. 8:20 left to go, third quarter.
Price and Roberts split wide to the right. Robertson will be the man in the backfield. Is that Hines? That is Hines. He's going to get it on a reverse. Look out, 40. Hines to the 30. He's gone.
Goodbye.
20, 15, 10, 5. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. 45-yard touchdown run on a slot reverse to Anthony Hines.
Hines, 27, goes 45 yards. 8:05 left to go in the third quarter. 35-27, Denison up.
That's his 4th touchdown of the night. The young man has been eating his Wheaties.
Wow.
Number 81, Nathan Farley lines up.
Well, that momentarily quiets the far side as Nathan Farley is on for an extra point attempt. Fink to hold, Grimes to snap. And it's down, almost got blocked, but Farley gets it through the uprights. And with 8:05 to go, the Jackets answer right back. The track meet is on for real, 36-27. We're back in a moment.
Let's do an American Bank of Texas scoring drive recap. 3 plays. We wanted 60 yards. Got 60 yards. 45-yard touchdown. Anthony Hines is 4th of the night, 36-27. Denison on top. 8:05 left to go, third quarter. Massive amounts of people here at Munson Stadium, and all of them are happy right now.
Cable 1 kickoff. Nathan Farley is going to bang it. This is a high kick. It's going to be taken, dropped. The ball's on the ground, and Beto is going to fall on it at the 32-yard line. 651 yards rushing is what Anthony Hines now has on the season. He came in with 9 touchdowns. He now has 13 because of 4 touchdown runs tonight. So the shock and awe combination continues to work wonders as the 2 Yellow Jacket tailbacks right now have 125 and 136 yards rushing between the 2 of them. Shock and awe has resulted in 4 TDs and 261 yards rushing on the night, and we got a long way to go.
Shock being Hines with a 136, and C-Rob has 125.
No back look, 3 wideouts to the left for Barbosa, 2 to the right. Denison will try to stop Barbosa as he came up the gut of the field, and he squirts forward for 3 or 4 yards. Second down and about 6 to go. 7:55 to go in the third quarter. Denison 36-27 in the lead. Updates for you. Paris 24-14 over Sherman in a do-or-die game for both squads. And now Greenville, their lead trimmed to 28-24 over Sulphur Springs. That also in the third. Our score here, 36-27 Denison. Barbosa from the shotgun, looking, wanting to throw. It's knocked down. Vinny Rhodes goes skying up in the air and knocks it down. He almost could have intercepted it.
Well, he was on the right side, and Barbosa was trying to throw to his left across his body. When he did, Vinny Rhodes was halfway up. The ball almost hit him in the chest.
When you need big plays in a game like this, who do you turn to? You turn to your seniors. And the seniors right now are getting it done for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they certainly are. Malcolm Allen, Vinny Rhodes, all of those guys really
Anthony
stepping
Hines.
it up.
3rd and 4 from the 29. Barbosa is going to throw, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be, he's not going to get it. The ball is loose. Denison may have recovered. Robertson may have stripped it away.
Corey Robertson recovers the football. He caused it and recovered it. And now they're going to say he was down.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Well, it is going to be 4th down. Yeah, the first guy who had a shot at him was Bill Bates. Nathan Farley on the right side just eluded his fingertips as he had a grasp of his jersey but got away. Robertson nailed him, caused the fumble, but they're going to say he was down. 4th down and a truckload.
I'm not sure if they're saying he was down because he never looked down to me. I think they may have said he stepped on the out of bounds.
Or the ball may have gone out of bounds.
Boundary. So This is going to be Cates. He'll stand inside his 4. Hines will stand at his 40. Denison looks like they've got the return on. Good snap. Here comes the pressure, and Desmond Baker nearly got there, and it's a shank. It's going to go way out of bounds, and let's see where they're going to mark it out. It's going to be deep in McKinney North territory. The official walking back across the 40 down to the 37-yard line, and the Jackets finally get a few breaks, leading 36-27. And after the shank, Desmond Baker came roaring in, caused Cates to have to hurry the football away, and he shanked it to the left, and Denison has it 1st and 10 at the 37.
He didn't want any part of Hines or Robertson back there to return that punt, just simply kicking it out of bounds and say, thank you very much. We'll give you the field position. Just don't run it back on us.
1st and 10 from the 37. Hines the fullback, Robertson the tailback. This is Hines on a reverse again. Sheds tacklers, still going, but he can't get around the line of scrimmage. He did a nice job of losing the first tackler, but that's the first time we've seen the I formation of shock and awe.
It's going to lose about a yard, so mark the ball at the 39. Actually, it's going to be a 2-yard loss by Hines.
Hines will come off the field. Grimes and Polk will check in. 2nd and 12 from the 39. 6:14 and counting in the third. A thriller from Munson, 36-27. Offset eye look, slot to the left. Robertson running left side. Trying to get the corner to the 40. Lowers his shoulder, and he's going to be near the original line of scrimmage. Only a 2-yard pickup, and it's going to set up 3rd down and long. Is it finally passing time for Will Crawley?
Not sure, but there were a lot of white jerseys for the McKinney North Bulldogs swarming to the football. They have an eye on Robertson. They're not going to let him do a lot of damage here in the second half. They're keying on him. So maybe it is passing time for the Jackets.
Well, anytime you run to the short side of the field, it's always a question of whether everybody can make their perfect block. 2 of 5 and 3rd down conversions for the Jackets. This is going to be a deep handoff. Robertson, he's tripped, runs forward, 30, 25, Robertson 20, still going 15 and down at the 10.
Yeah, just give it to Robertson. Who needs to throw it when you got C-Rob?
Justin Simmons was holding on to C-Rob too for dear life, or he would have scored, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11.
5:21 left to go, third quarter. 36-27, Denison on top. After a miserable second quarter and early third quarter, Denison has bounced right back with great field position and knocking on the door to score here.
I think Corey said, Anthony, sit this one out. Corey gets the toss, heading left, lowers his shoulder, cuts it back inside the 10-yard line, and he'll be tackled at the 9. It's been Anthony Hines 4 times tonight scoring on the ground. Corey Robertson came in leading the team in touchdowns, but his lead is shrinking.
James Lee makes that tackle. And you were talking about Hines. You know, we talk so much about Robertson's stats on the all-time list. Anthony Hines came in at 22 on the all-time list with 1,159 yards. Obviously, a lot more than that tonight.
The Jackets are really picking on that left side. We'll see what they do here. Robertson, offset eye, he'll dot it, gets the delay, heads left, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. He looked like he had a chance to run. They are really working that left side over.
They're going to be no gain on the play. They're going to mark it at the 8 once again. 4:19 and rolling in the third.
3 out of 9 now in 3rd down conversions for the Jackets. They face another 3 of 6 rather. 4:09 to go in the third. This is 3rd and a long 6.5 to 7 to go. I look, Polk and Robertson, and the Jackets jump. Matt Jones forgot the snap count.
Well, crucial mistakes like that in a big ball game like this really hurts.
Well, you'd almost think it would have to be passing time now, wouldn't you?
Well, you never know.
3rd and 12 from the 13.
And that's the great thing about Coach Brown is you never know.
2 tight ends in the game, Vaughn and Grimes. 1 man wide to the right. Robertson, he got it. It's a halfback pass, and he's got the tight end open. It's caught. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. Josh Vaughn catches his first touchdown pass of the year on the halfback pass from Corey Robertson.
Kevin Farr over here says, I called it. He called it. Oh, what a great call, Kevin Farr. What a better call, Bob Brown.
Yes, and Bob Brown.
Wow.
And nice touch by C-Rob to feather it up. The only guy that could catch it in the back corner, the right corner, was the tight end, Josh Vaughn, and I don't think the ankle slowed him down one bit getting to that ball. Farley on for another PAT high snap. It's down, and Farley's kicks up, and it is good. 3:43 to go. Denison extends their lead to a little bit more breathing room. 43-27. We're back after this Yellow Jacket timeout.
Well, 6 plays, 37 yards on that drive. Corey Robertson scored the touchdown, but not like he normally does. He threw it to Josh Vaughn for the score. 43-27, Denison on top. A little bit of breathing room for these fast-scoring McKinney North Bulldogs. 3:43 left to go in the third quarter here at Munson Stadium.
Not only did he throw it, it was his first career completion, and it was his first career touchdown pass. The kid can do it all, can he? Cable one kickoff, Nathan Farley preparing to bang it, and he's going to squib it down. Beta's going to catch it at the 24, looks for the wedge, comes up the field, breaks free, spun around, still going, and he's going to still be going into Jacket territory at the 48.
That is absolutely terrible tackling on the cover team for the Yellow Jackets as he drug 15 yards with about 4 guys on his back. Desmond Baker, one of the guys who he was just getting a ride, like you jump on somebody's back when you were a kid and they would piggyback. That's what was going on here, and he went past the 50-yard line down in Denison territory to the 46.
You know, Bob Brown right then turned and put his hands on his hips, and he had that look that I had in college a few times when you'd walk in and the professor would give those unexpected words, take out a sheet of paper. Pop quiz time. Bob Brown had that look of surprise on his face. Well, the Jackets just continue to let the Dogs stay in this. Barbosa, pressure comes, hit as he throws, dumps it out. Bastian has it. Look out, he's got the wall. 30, 25, 20. Kiss him goodbye. They're gonna give him. They're gonna say he went out at the 1-yard line. I said it too soon. I didn't think that they could catch up with him. I think Corey Robertson's the man that knocked him out of bounds.
Well, he hit the pylon. I really do honestly think that it was a score. But they did mark it at probably the 1-inch line because I don't know how he couldn't have made it when he hit the pylon like he did. So,
and explain, they've been doing that several times.
All they're doing is throwing the side screen pass, kind of like the old Danny White to Tony Dorsett back in the mid-'80s. He would throw the screen pass, and when Dorsett would just take off and get that seam down the sideline, that's the same thing they're doing here.
First and goal from the 1. Barbosa in the shotgun. High snap, hands it off. Touchdown, McKinney North. 3:17 to go, and after getting back on top by 2 scores, the Jackets do it again. They let the Dogs come right back. 43-33, a 10-point game.
Well, it's the kickoff return that set that touchdown up.
And it just continues to fall right into Sean Pratt's game plan. Hang around, win the special teams battle, try to create a few turnovers, and maybe get there at the end. Barbosa on the 2-point conversion, and it is caught in the end zone. Beto caught it, and it is now 43-35.
It is a 1-touchdown lead. The scoring drive recap by American Bank of Texas. 2 plays, 46 yards, a 1-yard touchdown by Beto. 43-35. The Denison Yellow Jackets are on top. 3:17 left to go in the third quarter. There's lots of time left in this football game. Don't go away. Crowd on their feet at Munson Stadium.
Boblitz on the Cable One kickoff. It's a high squibber. Fair catch called for and made on the far side. And that's Micah Hudgens who caught it at the 36-yard line. And, you know, you hope that what's happening is, and you see it almost every year somewhere, a team dominates, and yet the other team at the end of the game goes scoreboard.
What scares me, I was talking to a couple of kids, and some of y'all listeners out there may have heard this in the pregame show. I asked a couple of kids if they were looking past McKinney North, knowing that they would say no. But some of them said maybe so, a little bit.
Robertson spun around, nearly lost the ball in traffic and picked up only a couple of yards. He's had some good success, but he's not been able to get the big run that, with the exception of the one in the first half, that he customarily seems to get about every 4 or 5 carries. He's up to 20 carries, 158 yards, no touchdowns. He's definitely appears to be heading again to the 200-yard mark. 2nd and 8, the ball at the 38 of Denison. Robertson motion, play action, or Crawley. He's going to keep it. He's got room to run. 45, Crawley 50, Crawley 45, and tackled at the 40.
No flags on this play as Crawley turns down to the 40-yard line, inside the 40 at the 39 in Bulldog territory, and Will Crawley runs right behind his left tackle, Vincent Rhodes, and a great play call there by Coach Bob Brown.
We're going to check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man momentarily. Seen a lot of players holding their hands on their hips at the conclusion of plays. This is Robertson. He's running left, and he gets to the 35-yard line in traffic. Jason, it's been unusually warm, record warmth this week. Is that beginning to take a toll?
Well, I don't think it has tonight because it's really not that warm down here on the field. There's a nice breeze going. Now, it's not as cool as it's been the past 2 weeks, but still probably about 68 degrees down here on the field right now. It's been hot this week, but I don't think the heat is a factor tonight.
Jackets had a brand new practice field this week because they were kicked off their old practice field. They're about to start building that indoor stadium, that indoor turf dome.
Man in motion, and somebody else was in motion on the line of scrimmage. Right side of the line, guilty yet again, and the Jackets have just continually shot themselves in the foot with uncharacteristic mistakes. Some nights it just goes like that, but this is a huge football game.
And that's why I go back to saying that interviewing the kids, it was extremely out of character for them to say, yeah, we're kind of looking past McKinney North. They're not that good.
2nd and 11 after the 5-yard mark off, back to the 41 of McKinney North. Robertson is going to get the deep handoff. Heading right, bottled up in the backfield. Nowhere to go, lost yards. Sean Pratt and his coaching staff jumping up and down. 1:35 to go. And the Denison fans want celebration. And I have to agree with them. The coaches were going crazy on the far sideline. If Vinny Rhodes deserved a celebration penalty, McKinney North did right there.
Well, Ryan Bergman didn't deserve to celebrate on that play as he was absolutely destroyed at the line of scrimmage by the defensive tackle. And the defensive tackle made the stop on Corey Robertson while he was in the backfield.
Jeremy Kimbrell splits wide to the right. Polk and Robertson offset eye look. Too tight set. 3rd down and 15 from the 44. This is a fullback reverse. Nowhere to go. Polk is going to lose 2 yards. And the McKinney North Bulldogs have come to where a touchdown and a 2-point conversion would tie them with the Yellow Jackets. We've got 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter and winding. Penalties and turnovers, despite statistical domination, continue to let McKinney North have life, and Denison has no one to blame but itself tonight. Beto and Halsey will stand back. Vaughn standing at the 40. Need a good snap here. High again, very high, and had there been a rush on, he wouldn't have gotten it, but Vaughn tracks it down. A high end-over-end kick's going to bounce inside the 5 and into the end zone. The Jackets dodge disaster right there, and they get the punt away, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Bulldogs.
Well, it was a nice punt by Vaughn. It was a very long punt, but you would have liked to have seen it killed about the 2 or 3 yard line, at least inside the 10, but it rolls in. So the McKinney North Bulldogs will start at the 20-yard line, and you will again see the screen pass on either side. They have really gone a long ways on both sides of that. They throw it to the right, they throw it to the left. They have trips to the right momentarily. Now they'll bring the 3rd receiver to the right side from the left. So receivers all over the place for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10 from the 20. Barbosa in the shotgun. 19 seconds to go in the 3rd. He's going to heave it downfield. Got a man wide open, and he overthrew him. It was a sure touchdown to Beto. A-Day got turned around and lost in coverage, and it's a great thing that Barbosa's eyes got as big as saucers. Beto was 10 yards open and would have gone to the house.
Well, he had a man wide open, and he had all the time in the world to throw it. There was absolutely no pressure coming from up front for the Yellow Jackets. Now there's 12 seconds left on this 3rd quarter clock. Denison up 43-35.
Oh, you don't like the way that Big Mo is camped out on the other sideline. Beto is going to throw it. It's going to be caught. The receiver breaks 2 tackles and gets a 1st down on what may be the final play of the quarter. Poor tackling, penalties, and turnovers. That's the difference tonight if the Jackets lose.
6 seconds left on the clock. It will start winding right now, and that will be the last play. They're going to let it go down It is Jacket quarter at Munson Stadium.
It had better be, because we got a barn burner for the district lead and perhaps a district title hanging in the balance for one of these teams. 12 minutes to go, 43-35. Denison on top, but it's a tenuous lead. We got an exciting fourth quarter after this timeout. Take a deep breath. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Beto pump fakes, going to launch it down the middle and had a man a step on the defender, which was the linebacker Anthony Hines. It's incomplete. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Next Media Radio Network. Back at Munson Stadium, it's Jacket quarter, 43-35. The Jackets lead. My heart's thumping. 2nd and 10 from the Dog 31. Beto, he's going to keep it, and he's going to be tackled. Malcolm Allen says hello again.
Yeah, and Scooter Means was right there as well. I believe Scooter made the last pop on him. Cotton patch.
Barbosa looks left, comes back right. It's another screen. The receiver breaks a couple of tackles and then is finally stopped from behind.
Number 10, Monte brought down. Number 29, Denison Paper. Brings up a 4th down for the Bulldogs.
I got to tell you, I am nervous.
Number 27, Anthony Hines.
43-35, Denison on top. 10:54 left to go in this football game. 4th down. They're going to punt it away.
Cates will stand at his 21. Hines standing at the 27. Hines 27 at the 27. And Cates gets away a spiral. Hines fields it at the 25. Looks for daylight. Up to the 30. Hines 35. Hines 40. 45. Hines 50. To the 40. Looks for daylight. 30. 25. 20. Hines to the 10. To the 5. Can he get in? He'll be stopped at the 3-yard line.
Oh, he had no quit. He drug 10 guys, it seemed like. He did drive 10 yards after he was initially hit. 3 guys on his back, and he drug him about 10 yards down to the 3-yard line. What a magnificent finish on a punt return by Anthony Hines, 27.
If Denison wins tonight, Anthony Hines is my star of the game. What a punt return, and it was absolutely critical that Denison get a big play, and when one of their seniors responded and did it. Robertson, power eye set, timeout called. McKinney North wants it. I got to tell you, Monty Walker, I haven't been this uptight in a long time. 1st and goal from the 4. Robertson, he'll get the toss. He's heading right. Looks for blockers. He's following one. He sprints to the pylon. He leaps. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. It's Jacket quarter, and it's a Denison touchdown with 10:21 to go in the game. It's 49-35 Denison.
Robertson was running to the right side pylon. He was sprinting as fast as he could to the pylon, stuck the ball out over the goal line, went out of bounds. They called it a touchdown because he stuck the ball over the plane. Great job of heads-up running by Corey Robertson.
Grimes to snap, Fink to hold, and Farley to try to complete the triumvirate. And if he does, it'll be a 50-35 lead for the Jackets. Farley's kick's on the way, nearly got blocked. He got it up, and it's through the uprights, hits the flagpole, and with 10:21 to go, Denison has scored 50 points for the 2nd time this year. They've got a...
Let's say thanks to Cotton Patch for the trivia each week.
Absolutely, Cable 1. Farley, he'll pooch it up. It's taken by an up man. He's looking for blocks, and he's going to be knocked down. Marcus Davis pinballs him to the turf at the 39. That's what I was saying, breathe in, breathe out, you know.
American Bank of Texas scoring drive recap as we breathe in and breathe out. It was set up by the long 73-yard punt return by Anthony Hines that had no flags attached to it. And it was Corey Robertson who strolled in from 4 yards out, dove towards the pylon and made it. Brings our new score 50-35 in a barn burner. Munson Stadium, 10:16 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is a new experience for us. You know, the team being being the prohibitive favorite. We weren't around back in 95, 6, and 7, and we're sure enjoying this. This is Barbosa, back to pass. He's going to chunk it downfield, bumping and grinding. There is no flag. McKinney North is groaning. Denison is cheering.
Denison wanted the flag to go against McKinney North because the receiver, Jay Hawsey, actually brought down Mr. Ade, and Ade, when he went down, actually kicked the ball. His legs were up in the air. The ball went off his feet, but he was on the ground because he was sort of tackled by the receiver, Hawsey. Denison coaches were extremely upset, wanting the flag to go against McKinney, but they called no flag, no penalty, second down from the 40-yard line.
A lot of time left, 10 minutes, 10 seconds, 2nd and 10 from the 40. This is a handoff. Beto picking his way up through the line. Benny Rhodes says, you're not going any further.
Anthony Hines was there as well. Gain of about 2 yards, maybe 3, up to the 43-yard line.
3rd and long, and what was one of the things we talked about in this new era of defense, you bend but don't break, you force turnovers, but 3rd down conversions are key, and 2 out of 11 is what McKinney North has been able to do tonight. And they got a big one here, 3rd and 7 from their own 43.
This is big.
Denison showing a blitz. Here they come. They're going to dump it out to Bastion, and he's got nowhere to go. A great open field stop. Anthony Hines.
Oh, it was the play of the game, perhaps. Anthony Hines fought through 2 blockers and made the stop. The open field tackle gets up, pumps the fist. No flag there. 4th down, a magnificent play by Hines, 27.
He's having the game of his life.
Wow, what a play.
4 touchdowns, a 74-yard punt return, and great defensive play. Corey Robertson will be the punt returner at the 20. Remember, he returned 165 last week against Greenville deep inside Lion territory. Kate standing at the 32, calls for the ball. Denison has the return on. He'll kick it. A wobbly kick. Robertson has to come up. He'll return it to the 15. Robertson up the middle. 25. Still going 30. It's Robertson trip. 40. 45. A man to beat. And he's cutting it back inside. Still going to the 34-yard line. The kicker turned him back into the coverage, or he might have been able to scamper down the sidelines. As it is, he takes it deep into McKinney North territory.
Robertson got some great blocks on the far sideline, makes some juice, and actually looked a little bit like prime time on that play. Crosses the 50-yard stripe, 53-yard punt return all the way down to the 35-yard line.
I could not see the kicker, and he's the guy that I think saved the touchdown. He was playing way back, and he forced Robertson to cut it back inside instead of heading down the sideline, and that might have saved a touch. This is Hines running right, looking for blockers. Can't find them. Goes down at the 40. It's a loss of 4.
Hines was upended. It may be a 5-yard loss. They're going to mark it back about the 40-yard line. Big loss there. McKinney North defense has been very stingy. Now Corey Robertson has gotten his yardage, 161 yards, splitting time with Hines, who has 134. But for the most part, and especially in the second quarter and here in the second half, they've been very stingy, stepping it up, trying to play championship defense to go along with that offense. But you got to think that Denison can wear them out.
2nd down and 15 from the 40. This is a handoff. It's going to be Scooter Means breaking tackles. 30. He's still going. He's nearly got a first down to the 26. The trap play again, the first time tonight, and Scooter Means business all the way to the McKinney North 27-yard line before DJ Davis takes him down.
This is great fun, Lynn. This is a great football game, and this is why you strap them on. This is a beautiful moment at Munson Stadium. 2 teams throwing knockout punches back and forth, and Denison trying to throw the final KO right here.
This is going to be Hines. Gets the toss, looks right, follows the blocks. 20 to the 15, down to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. He gets up and emphatically says yes.
Hines is having the game of his life tonight. Across 150 yards for the night. He already has 4 touchdowns. He had a great, maybe the play of the game on defense a moment ago to stop him on 3rd down. Anthony Hines is having one outstanding football game.
Jeremy Grimes will check in. He'll be a part of the jumbo set, the two tight Vaughn and Grimes set. This is Hines running right, breaks a tackle inside the 10, looks for blocks to the 5, pinballs to the 3.
Well, it gets scary down inside that 5-yard line when you're trying to break tackles and fight through 3 and 4, and finally the 5th tackle. That's when the ball pops out. You got to realize at some point, just tuck your arms over the ball and go down.
Corey Robertson checks in, says, nice job, big fella, my turn.
And it's about time for Corey Robertson. He only has 1 touchdown tonight.
Anthony Hines getting the standing O from the home crowd, and he should. What an outstanding night. From the 4, Robertson follows, blocks to the goal line. Did he get in? Did he get in? Yes! Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard for the second time tonight. Corey Robertson has scored, and the shock it all combination has put Denison up 56-35.
Corey Robertson points to the sky and says, thank you, big man. 56-35. The Yellow Jackets on top here awaiting the PAT. 6:17 left to go in this football game.
Breathe in,
breathe out.
The Cardiac kids are doing it tonight. I got to hand it to them. They didn't lose the faith. I was getting worried. I was really uptight a few moments ago, but the Jacket O has taken care of business. Fink awaiting the Grimes snap. Farley on for another PAT. Good snap, good hold, kick on the way. Looks automatic, and it is. Well, we got to admit, we like seeing the black and gold win around here.
But we get paid to do that.
We do. We get paid to be cheerleaders, and we're cheering for all we're worth tonight. This is going to be a reverse. It's going to be a lateral to Halsey, and he's going to be Desmond Baker gets him from behind back at the 35-yard. The home crowd roar as Desmond Baker makes another tremendous play.
That was 71 points is the most ever points scored by the Yellow Jackets in a game. They're 2 touchdowns away from that. 94, I'll tell you in a moment.
This is going to be a near sack, and it is a sack. Rhodes and Woolard, and a late flag. A late flag, and this one might go against the Bulldog. Trips left. 2 wideouts to the right. Empty backfield for Leonard Barbosa, the quarterback for the McKinney North Bulldogs. Second and a long way, 29 to go from the 17. He's back to pass. Here comes pressure. Vinny Rhodes flushes him out. He nearly gets sacked, gets the ball away, complete to Beto, near the original first down marker. You got to give credit where credit's due. Barbosa stepped up and was 1 foot in front of Vinny Rhodes, and Beto sold out, dove for the ball, and caught it.
It was a great catch by Beto. He absolutely went airborne, caught it in the air.
3rd and 12 from the 33. Barbosa back to pass, pressure, he flushes, comes near side. He's going to set up now, he'll flush again, trying to escape pressure. He goes down from behind. Josh Bond gets him, and the Jackets record sack number 7 on the night.
What a great job by Josh Bond. The defensive end comes in, and you can't ask for a better job there. He was flushed out several times, kept running backwards, flushed out again. Vaughn finally got him, and they're down at the 20-yard line. McKinney North has a long way to go to pick up the first down. I believe they're going to have to punt here.
57-35. Could that be the beginning of the end for the Dogs? There's still plenty of time the way they can score. 4:42 and counting in the game. 57-35. Denison leading after having their lead shrink to within 7. Cates stands at the 5. Hines stands at the 40. Cates, no pressure. Going to try to kick it away from Hines. Hines will watch it roll inside the 40. It'll take a big Bulldog roll to the 24, and that's where they'll down it.
This was a scary game for Yellow Jacket fans, and it is still scary.
That Sherman was sitting in a similar position 2 weeks ago with about this much time to go. This is going to be a handoff to Means, and he's going to get a first down. And if there's a late flag, and that may go against the Bulldogs.
And it looks like it is. Will Crawley comes out pumping his arm, so it looks like it is going to go against the Bulldogs.
4:13 in the game.
57-35. Denison on top. New score in Sulphur Springs. Greenville on top, 35-30. So not only a barn burner here, but one over in the east as well. And Sherman, well, they're down by 11.
We'll check the Jacket rushing total. They've been over 500 yards the last 2 weeks. I don't know if they're going to get there tonight, the Yellow Jackets. This is going to be a handoff. Robertson, he breaks the line of scrimmage, still going to the 40-yard line, maybe the 39, picks up 12 yards, and the 200-yard watch is on for Corey Robertson.
Well, he's got to be getting real close now as they cross the midfield stripe into McKinney North Bulldog territory at the 40-yard line.
As Bruce Edmaston encouraged us to do as Jacket fans, breathe in, breathe out. The Jackets are flexing their muscles. 391 rushing is what Denison has on the ground tonight. Not perhaps going to get to 500, but they appear like perhaps they can get to 400. Robertson dotting the deep I from the 40. Handoff means running left, breaking a tackle to the 35. And most importantly, the clock continues to wind, 3:30 and counting. Remember,
Lynn, this is absolutely one of the greatest games. You can't ask for a better football game than this one.
this is going to be a handoff. Robertson running right up the middle, 30. Hello, 200 yards. He's gone to the 10-5. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on this scoreboard. 36 yards out, as he did a week ago late in the game when he needed the big carry to get to 200. Robertson does it yet again. For the 6th time in 7 starts, Corey Robertson has rushed for more than 200 yards.
And he took the ball right off right tackle behind Matt Jones and company and just busted it through. It was a humongous hole. I don't think he was ever even touched on the play.
What a great block.
It was a magnificent block.
The way you diagram it. Grimes to snap, Fink to hold, Farley to kick. And yet again, the combination is true. And with 2:53 to go, it's the most points in a long time for the Jackets, and we still got almost 3 minutes to go. 64-35, the most points ever.
64-35, the new score here at Munson Stadium. Denison on top, 2:53 left to go.
Short kick on the Cable One kickoff, taken by the up man. He's going to run to the right. Thought about lateraling to Hawsey again. He breaks free. He's running 45 to the 50 and into Denison territory at the 42.
They're going to mark the ball, I think, at the 40. But let's talk about this record book situation. Let's talk about this for a moment. 64 points is what the Jackets have on the board. The last time they scored 64 was 1995 against Wichita Falls Hershey when they won 64-0. They also scored 64 against Bells back in 1928 when they won 64-0. They hadn't played Bells in a long time.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Well, the record's been broken for most combined points in a game, and Desmond Baker is going to get the 8th sack of the night. Unbelievable. As he gets Barbosa from behind. 2:34 to go in the game, 64-35, the Jackets in the lead.
You know, we were talking about Anthony Hines being one of the players of the game. Most definitely so. Desmond Baker has played a whale of a game as well, and he stays out there on defense tonight. He doesn't normally stay out there, but against this passing offense, he's been out there the entire night, and he obviously is the special teams captain as well.
Handoff inside. That's going to be a new running back. We'll check the number. That was Blake Boblitz, I believe, who was on the carry. We'll check the numbers. He comes out of the pile. Malcolm Allen on the stop. And it was Hickman on the carry. It was Sidney Hickman. And it'll be 3rd down and 15, 1:50 to go. And you would think that if the Dogs can't score here, the scoring would be over because Denison should be able to take the knee to the house.
3rd down and 15 for the Bulldogs.
And I think everyone on the home side, myself included, breathing a lot easier right now. Looks like the Jackets are going to clinch a playoff spot. 1:30 to go in the game. Barbosa hands it off Hickman. Hickman running right. Vinny Rhodes comes sailing in and tackles him for no gain. Late flag, though. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. You know, Jason, my 3 stars of the game, if I have a vote tonight, and because I gave the faith up according to Bruce Ed Mason, I guess I don't, but I'd say Vinny Rhodes is a pretty good choice. The offensive line's another good choice, and Anthony Hines is the definite choice.
Anthony Hines would be special tonight to talk to, as Jason's checking out his microphone down there, but you know, and my vote goes for Desmond Baker. We don't get a chance to talk to him a lot. We'll see who Jason chooses because he ultimately decides.
Yeah, he really does when he turns his mic on.
Well, we had a battery pick an inopportune time to die on us right there.
Well, unless there's a punt return here, the scoring is probably over with because the Dogs are going to punt 2 of 14 in third down conversions, facing 4th down and 15. The clock inside of a minute. Denison's going to go to 71. Timeout on the field.
They can make the playoffs by just taking care of business in the next 2 weeks.
Hey, I got to pull my hat off. The Jackets took care of business when it mattered in the fourth quarter, and they're going to go to 7-1 on the season. Denison doesn't have anybody back for this punt return. It's a high kick, and it's going to be it's going to take a Denison roll into the end zone with 45 seconds to go in the game. The may have to go take a stress test on Monday. And Will Crawley's going to go to the knee. And the Dogs will not elect to stop it because it's inevitable at this point. 37 seconds to go. And the dream continues for this Denison Yellow Jacket bunch. 64-35. It got real hairy late in the first half after it looked like a Denison runaway. And to McKinney North's credit, they came storming back. And to the Yellow Jackets' credit, when the game was on the line, they put it away in the fourth quarter. Jacket quarter was exactly that tonight as Anthony Hines and Corey Robertson dominate from start to finish. Robertson, 212 yards, another 200-yard game. Hines, 152 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns himself. And the clock has expired. We got 0-0 showing, and Denison has scored 64. McKinney North only 35. It was a track meet, no doubt about it, but the Denison Yellow Jackets win the collision and have the inside track to a District 11 4A title. It's not over yet. Games against Paris next week,